I can't believe I'm doing this. Anyways, my name's China Cheesy Cake. That's the YouTube. That's my YouTube name now, I guess. And I decided it would be a great idea to read really bad fanfiction for this channel now. I don't know what I'm doing. Anyways, our first contender here is a rise of it's a Rise of the Guardians fanfiction called E. Aster Bunnymund X Reader Love Between Last of Their Kind. You can find it on Wattpad. I'm probably gonna put a link in the description. Oh, and real quick, it was my friend who found this shit. Yeah. So kind of blame her for this becoming a thing. I'll be honest, I think in school we read like 2 chapters of this, so yeah, this is gonna be so lovely. Also apologies in advance to, I highly doubt anyone's gonna watch this, but apologies in advance for my terrible Australian and Russian accents I'm gonna do for obviously North and the bunny man himself, Easter Bunny, Bunnymund, I don't know. Alright, enough with the introduction. This is going way too long. It'll start Bunnymund X Reader, Chapter 1. There's 30 chapters of this, by the way, and I'm going to sit here and read all of it in one go. Let's see how good this goes. Alright, author's POV. Your fur were whiter than Jack Frost's teeth, which were like Toothiana had said, white as just fallen snow. Your eyes were bright blue as winter sky when the sun shines brightly, which also means that it's very, very cold outside. But that does no harm to you because you were born in winter, and you're type that was used to cold temperature. You were also big fan of the Guardians. You had met them once, or actually seen them, but they hadn't seen you because you were hiding in the snow until someone smelled you. Which made his body freeze at his place and nose twitch while trying to smell where you were. Lovely. Oh shit, I should actually pause really quick, but I feel, I forgot to mention that according to the summary of this fanfiction, there might be smut, so a little warning there. I don't know how bad or graphic it is or explicit. Like I said, I only read like 2 chapters of this, so this is pretty much a blind reading, but I'm sorry. Yeah, if there's smut, when the smut happens, I'll warn you so you can like skip ahead, I guess, because that is kind of gross, and I get it. No one really wants to read smut about 2 bunny things fucking. I'm gonna read it though, so that you don't have to, I guess. Anyways, let's continue. Where the fuck was I? Okay, until someone smelled you, which made his body freeze at his place and nose twitch while trying to smell where you were. You just stared at that magical group of 5, but didn't want them to notice you were there, because the one who had smelled you was the one and only E. Aster Bunnymund, the Easter Bunny, who also happened to be your crush somehow, despite the fanfiction literally saying you had only met them once. Mates, we are not alone, he said with his low voice. You could easily recognize the fact that he was Australian from his accent, which you thought was very, very hot. I hate this so much already. What do you mean? Is it pitch? Toothiana gasped and started to look around nervously. No, it can't be. His own nightmares destroyed him, Jack said while squatting. Squat, and leaning against his twin tender. Wait, twine tender? Is it just his stick thingy? I think it's just his stick. I was confused about that when we read it before, but, yes. No. No! I'm so sorry. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. No! I can't even get the first chapter. I'm sorry, I have a cough. No, this is much more different, the Easter Bunny said, and started to sniff the air again. That sight looked so cute, but you had to calm your inner fangirl down, otherwise they would find you immediately. I hate this. I hate this. Or the children in danger, the Great North asked, and took his swords like he was ready to battle. The Sandman formed something into the air, but you couldn't see what because Toothiana flew in front of it. Oh, my lips are dry. Alright. You aren't the only one! The North gasped and looked at his friend. Wait, who the fuck is talking? It just says he, but there's like 4 dudes here. I'm gonna just say it's North anyways. Seems like it. I thought I was, but... Oh wait, no, this is the Easter Bunny. Fuck, they really should make it more clear because... Obviously you can't see it, and I'm not that good at editing so that you could see it, but like... The way they wrote this, it's like you have one line of dialogue from one character, right? But instead of like making a new paragraph for the next character's piece of dialogue, you know, a different one, they kept it in the same paragraph, which is super confusing because it seems like it should be the same character from before talking, and it doesn't help when they say he and the character that was already talking is also a guy. And also just in general, there's like 4 guys in this story, and 3 of them can talk. Obviously, Sandman is not included. If you would know that if you watched the movie. Anyways, so it was just confusing. Anyways, seems like it. I thought I was, but maybe this is just imagination, he said with low voice, but you could still hear it because your senses were at special level. Just like this story is at a special level. I'm sorry, that was mean. It can't be! Your nose doesn't lie, Toothiana said, and she was so excited for some reason. I don't know. Oh, this is the character's thoughts. I was confused. Excited about what? I can't see what the Sandman formed with his magical sand. You thought in your mind, and we're about to laugh. And shit, my dog. Hold on. Love it when my dog interrupts my quality YouTube making time fun. Anyways, where was I? It can't be. Your nose doesn't lie. Blah 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 blah. Excited about what? Can't see what the Sandman formed with this magical sand. You thought in your mind, and we're about to laugh and expose yourself after hearing Jack Frost's next words. Only ah shit, sorry. I have a bad cough. Only when you were not having fever or anything bunny sickness things, he said, making Bunnymund jump a bit. You shouldn't have fun with that, mate. You play with danger when you play with me. He raised his voice with anger. And we're ready to fight with the Frosty Boy. Ah yes, the Frosty Boy. I can't. I still don't know what they are even doing in here, you thought, and tried to move a bit in the pile of snow because your left back leg felt a little numb. A little bit numb. But then suddenly, some snow fell off from your face, and the North noticed you immediately. You gulped and started to feel a little bit panicky. End of chapter 1. Also, yes, they call him the North throughout the whole thing instead of just North, which, you know, I just find that funny. Whenever, I don't know what I'm saying anymore. I'm just dead inside from fucking making myself reading this. Anyways, chapter 2, your POV. Oh, she's beautiful, the North said, which, oh my god, my throat. The North said, which caused other guardians to turn around. I slowly lifted my head up, and I lifted my ears up too. Who's talking? Oh my god, look! This line is so bad out of context, but it's so good too. Oh my god, look how white she is! I can't believe that! Toothiana almost yelled when she noticed me. Oh, grab, I thought, and swallowed again. Gulp, gulp. I just stared at them while my whole body was shaking a little bit, but not that much that it would be seen. I wasn't scared, was I? Yes, you were, you little bitch. Oh my god, my throat. I just stared at them, everyone else but Bunnymund, because I knew how handsome he was, and I knew how white, it's in all caps, I was, so my blush would be so seen as the, I forgot this sentence was in here. You guys are not prepared for this, but I'll just read it. And I knew how white I was, so my blush would be so seen as the period blood in the white panties of the human girls. Yeah, I know. I tried not to blush when I saw Sandman forming with his sand that I was beautiful. I tried to stay still, but seeing that made me turn my head a bit. Why I think by moving that way, I thought myself, but then the next voice, way too close, made me jump out of the pile of snow and lift myself on my back feet to stand like the Easter Bunny did. Are you frozen or something? Jack Frost had said, and somehow he had moved himself right next to me, which meant that I almost had a heart attack. Don't scare him, mate, I heard Bunnymund saying, and the whole time since they had noticed me, I had noticed that he was staring at me very intensively, which almost made me blush, but I tried to stay calm and to not let my inner fangirl out. I swear to God, if they use that one more fucking time. Sorry, but who are you? I know my Jack voice is very fucking stupid and not funny, but I'm stupid and not funny, so I'm gonna keep calling him that. Sorry, my dog is just... adds flavor to the video, I guess. Anyways, Jack Frost said, and then coughed badly because Bunnymund had grabbed his hood and pulled him back to the others. Well, I'm already having a bad cough, so... Anyways, he stepped between me and the other guardians and said, is this Bunnymund? I think he did. It is. Oh, sorry, I'm not paying attention. We don't even know, does she talk? Not every puka talk, he said formally, and then the North continued his words. Or actually, no, is she even puka? I'm sorry, my friend, but we can't be sure about it, he said, but then I cut them off. Well, this is awkward, I said, and rubbed the side of my nose with the sides of my front paws. A snowflake tickled me, which made me turn to glare at the frosty boy. He blushed a bit. Oh, are we gonna have a love triangle? I do talk, I said, which made Bunnymund rub the back of his neck after turning to look at me. He looked like he was ashamed of his words. Fucking bastard. Are you puka? The North asked, and he was smiling brightly. Well, I'm not an elephant either, I smirked, and then continued. My name is Gertrude Dookie Fart. This was the name me and my friend came up with for her, for YN here. Just cause. Anyways, my name is Gertrude Dookie Fart, I said, and the blushed when the Easter Bunny bowed slightly to me before saying, "It's very nice to meet you, Sheila. I'm Easter Bunnymund. Lisa." But then he was cut off by Jack Frost, who had thrown a snowball at the back of the male bunny's head. "Since when have you been polite, Bunny?" I guess that works. He laughed, but some bad glares from the other guardians, which made him shut his mouth. Don't care, he is new one here. The Sandman formed with his magical sand, which caused me to laugh a bit. Ha ha ha! "I know you are the Guardians. I'm very happy to meet you all," I said, but then turned to look at the Easter Bunny weirdly. "What is Sheila? I told my name was Gertrude Dookie Fart. Did you visit the man in the moon or something?" I said, making Jack Frost laugh. "Sassy one, I like her already." He laughed, but then I noticed that Bunnymund was blushing under his gray fur. The others didn't notice it, which I guess was just good thing to him. Can you stop? Sheila oh wait, that's Toothiana. Fucking hell. Sheila means female, but mostly very beautiful female, Toothiana explained, which caused me blush so much that I knew everyone saw it. I was about to faint and felt a little dizzy already when I took a clumsy step backwards. I felt one pair of furry paws around me. "Are you okay, Sheila?" Easter Bunnymund asked, and he looked a little bit worried. Excuse me. He had wrapped his arms around me like I was about to fall. I heard the North coughing, and then said, "Bunny, we leave you two here to talk. You can't catch up us later. You know where to find us," he said, and forced the other curious guardians to follow him. "I don't want to see baby bunnies yet, Bunny, so do not rush with it," Jack yelled, making me blush even more, but I could see that Easter was blushing too. He coughed to clear his voice before shouting, "I'll kick your ass later tonight, mate!" After that, he helped me to stand correctly, but noticed I was still feeling a bit dizzy. "Are you alright, Sheila?" he said with worried tone in his voice. He still had his right hand on my lower back. I nodded and noticed my voice was stuck in my throat, but that wasn't the only thing I noticed. The second was the air between us had gotten hotter, and I was sure that he had noticed it too. Oh my god, I'm scared. We're only 3 chapters in. Please don't tell me they're gonna fuck already. Now we're in Bunnymund's point of view, chapter 3. I'm not gonna read. No, do I fucking read this entire thing in an Australian accent? Because it's Bunnymund. But do I want to though? I'm just gonna fucking read it in an Australian accent anyways. After I had smelled something different, everyone had acted like the world's end was going to happen. I tried to keep myself cool, but the new scent of very familiar kind made me nervous. Why am I nervous? That shouldn't be possible. I thought I was the only one. I thought myself, but then the fellow guardians started to talk, which made me turn to look back at them. Are the children in danger? Oh, that came out really weird. It's because, whatever. The North asked and took his swords like he was ready to battle. The Sandman formed something in the air, making me lift my other eyebrow. Toothiana flew closer to us, and she was smiling brightly. The magical sand now I'm turning Russian, took a shape of Girl Bunny, and then a snow pile, which probably meant that she was hiding. You aren't the only one, the North gasped and looked at me. Seems like it. I thought I was, but maybe this is just imagination, I said, but with low voice that the possible other bunny wouldn't hear it. It can't be! Your nose doesn't lie, Toothiana said, and she was so excited. I tried to stay cool, but I started to be excited about the fact that I might not be only Puka in the whole world. But then happened something which made the North look over the Tiana's shoulder. I guess now Toothiana's whatever. I sniffed the air and knew that the new one had exposed her location. Oh, she's beautiful, the North said, which caused end of us to turn around. My jaw was about to drop down to the ground. She slowly lifted her head up and lifted her ears up too. She truly was similar like me, but still so different. She was gorgeous. Gorgeous. Oh my god, look how white she is. I can't believe that. Toothiana almost yelled when she noticed her. I saw the girl bunny swallowing. She looked a bit nervous. She stared at us, and we looked back at her. We couldn't continue our mission before solving this out. Or at least I couldn't. I needed to know more about her. I had to. Which totally doesn't sound creepy whatsoever. Nope, not at all. All I could do was just look at her. I also noticed that she looked everyone else at the Guardians except me. Why isn't she even noticing me? I thought myself, and I desperately wanted her ice-ish blue eyes meet my emerald green ones. I truly agreed when Sandman formed his sand that she was beautiful. Everyone thought that, especially me. I followed her every single move, and then realized that she was like a statue. Didn't move at all until she turned her head a bit to look what Sandy had said. Wow, she might understand the sand language, I thought myself, but then saw Jack Frost slowly sneaking next to the white beauty. Oh, that's really weird. White beauty. I quietly growled for that, but no one heard it. I didn't like at all that he was so close to her. Wait, what? Was I jealous? This is so fucking weird. Dude, you just met her. You literally just met this girl. You don't even know her name, and yet you're somehow madly in love with her. Like, I understand love at first sight is a thing, but what? This is something else. This is certainly something else. Well, I guess we'll continue with this shit show. Are you frozen or something? Jack Frost said, making her jump out of the snow. She looked scared and didn't expect that to coming at all. Then she slowly got back up on her legs to stand like I was standing. I sighed deeply about the view. It's a really weird statement. Anyways. Okay, Chapter 4. Still in Bunnymund's POV. You get to hear more of my terrible Australian accent, guys. Don't scare her, mate! I growled to Jack, and then blushed a bit after Toothiana had heard my growling. I think others had just heard just my words, not the animalistic part of growling. Sorry, but who are you? Jack Frost said while ignoring my words, which made me angry grow and grab his hood to pull him back at us from the white beauty. That made him cough roughly, but I didn't care. Are they gonna keep calling her the white beauty? That's so... Even if my next words hurt me too, I still had to spill them out. Even a thought about it hurt me. I stepped between her and the other Guardians and opened my mouth to say the hurtful fact. Or maybe you don't have to? Like, maybe you just don't have to, though? Whatever, you're gonna do it anyways. We don't even know, does she talk? Not every Puka talk. I said, but then the North continued my words, which hurt me much more than my own head did. Or actually, no, is she even Puka? I'm sorry, my friend, but we can't be sure about it, he said, but then she cut us off. Well, this is awkward, she said, and rubbed the side of her nose with the sides of her front paws. Her voice sounded like heaven into my ears, but then I noticed that she glared at Jack for some reason. I raised my other eyebrow for that. I wouldn't be surprised if she thinks I am a stalker because of the way I look at her and follow her movements with my eyes. Then maybe you should stop doing that? Like, you just met her and you're like staring at her like a stalker, like you just said. Like, fucking ex-reader stories are so weird, man. I can't believe I used to read this shit when I was like 12. Oh, cough. Anyways, where was I? Stalker comment. I do talk, she said. I do talk, she said, which made me rub the back of my neck after turning to look at her. I was a bit ashamed of what I had said, but also I was glad that I was wrong. Are you Puka? The North asked, and he was smiling brightly. What a rude question, I thought to myself, and then heard her sweet sound of voice again. Well, I'm not an elephant either, she smirked and then continued. My name is Gertrude Dookiefart, she said, and the blushed when the eye bowed slightly to her before saying, It's very nice to meet you, Sheila. I'm A. Aster Bunnymund, and these are... But then I was cut off by Jack Frost, who had thrown a snowball at the back of my head. I growled to him again. Grr, growl noise. Since when have you been polite, Bunny? He laughed, but some bad glares from the other guardians, which made him shut his mouth. I had swallowed some spit. Don't care. Shit, that wasn't him. Sandy. Don't care, he is new one here. Sandy formed with his magical sand, which caused the white beauty to laugh a bit. Oh my god, her voice is driving me mad. Dude, how many times am I gonna have to tell you this, dude? You just met her. Don't get horny for her already, please. Also, I swear to God, how many times are they gonna call her white beauty? I know you are the guardians. I'm very happy to meet you all, Gertrude Dookiefart said. Why did I do this? Sorry. Gertrude Dookiefart. Hold on, I'm so immature. I can't. Gertrude Dookiefart said, but then turned to look at me weirdly. What is Sheila? I told my name was Gertrude Dookiefart. Did you visit the man in the moon or something? She said, making Jack Frost laugh. Oh, Dawn, she chose her words well, I thought, and was about to chuckle too. Sassy one, I like her already. Jack laughed while I was blushing. She really had chose her words well. Hope that no one saw me blushing. Otherwise, I would prefer dying than listening their comments about it. Sheila means female, but mostly very beautiful female. Toothiana started explaining, which caused Gertrude Dookiefart blush, and her white fur made it even more visible. The next I noticed that she looked like she would faint in any minute. I rushed my way to behind her and wrapped my arms around her with right timing. She was about to fall right there, but gosh, how soft her fur was. Dude, you're a bunny too. You should be able to know it. Whatever. Are you okay, Sheila? I asked worriedly. Then I heard the North coughing and then said, Bunny, we'll leave you two here to talk. You can catch up us later. You know where to find us. He said, oh shit. He said, and forced the other curious guardians to follow him. I don't want to see baby bunnies yet, Bunny, so do not rush with it. Jack yelled, making her blush even more. Then I saw her watching me, which made me blush too. I coughed to clear my voice before shouting, I'll kick your ass later tonight, mate. I feel like it's bordering more Scottish rather than... Whatever. After that, I helped Gertrude Dookiefart to stand correctly. But she was still feeling a bit of dizzy. You alright, Sheila? I said. I got more worried about her. I still had my right hand on her lower back, and I blushed a bit more when she noticed it. She nodded. Then it looked like her voice was stuck in her throat. But then I saw her noticing the same thing too, which I just noticed just a while ago. The air between us had got hotter. Alright. Bunnymund, chapter 5. Woo. Finally, I don't have to keep reading in that terrible accent. Author's POV. You mumbled, and took one step away from the Easter Bunny. The air between you two had really got hotter. But you tried to hold yourself back. You noticed that he tried to do the same thing, because he coughed to clear his voice again. Are you okay, Sheila? Bunnymund said and looked at you. Or actually, he eyed your whole body before looking at your bright blue eyes. You blushed brightly and nodded. Yeah, I think I am. Why do you ask, Mr. Easter Bunny? You asked politely, making him chuckle. What is so funny? You growled, and your nose was twitching. He looked so handsome when he acted like that. Oh, and sure, he was handsome always. Cutie, Bunnymund said and smiled to the view. You tapped angrily the ground, making him laugh even more. Don't you dare to call me cutie. Explain yourself, Aussie. You growled, making him lift his front paws up as a sign of surrender. With every single second, you just started to like him more and more, which was kind of dangerous thing to handle. What? Hey, whoa, hold your horses, girl. That came out fucking not good. Anyways, the Easter Bunny said, and then continued while putting his hands down. Fuss, my name is Easter Bunnymund. There's no need to call me Mister, he said and walked dangerously closer to you. You backed up, but then your back met a tree against it. Oh, fun. This is only chapter 5, by the way. This is getting a little too fast, I'd have to say. You gulped, and he lifted his hands next to your head. He was leaning against the tree, and his breathing has got deeper, and so did yours too. He looked straight into your ice-ish blue eyes with his emerald eyes. They looked so amazing, and your whole body felt like you were about to melt right there in any minute. And for a second, I call you cutie, and Sheila, whatever I want. Is that clear? He said with his husky Australian accent. You gulped and nodded while your ear dropped down as a sign of submission. He smirked. Oh, God. He smirked proudly and then smacked his lips against yours. Like a fucking... I don't know if you can hear it, but... Ah, fuck, I almost dropped it. It's only chapter 5. Well, now it's chapter 6. It's only chapter 6. Hold on, I'm gonna... Okay, sorry, I was just making sure this wasn't the fucking smut part yet. I don't think it is, but this is still fucking uncomfy. Also, still author's point of view. Which isn't technically the author's point of view, it's actually second person, but I'll let it slide, I guess. Anyways, you let out small whine and then close your eyes before kissing him back. Both of you were blushing. And after the kiss, you two looked at each other's and panted a bit. You are quite good kisser, Easter, you said while blushing. You stole word... wrong voice. They really need to make it clear who's talking. They need to fucking make every new line of dialogue from different characters a new fucking paragraph, okay? Okay. I'm sorry. You stole words from my mouth, Sheila, he said and took a step backwards to give you some space. What a gentleman. Like you stole a kiss from me. You giggled, but he just winked in answer to you, making you blush even more. First but not last time, I swear, he said, but then heard something that made him look stunned. What is it? You asked, and leaned down so you were on your all fours. Shh. Something is coming towards us. I don't like it, he said, making you look at him worriedly. Gasp. Follow me. I know place to hide, you said while trying to listen sharply too. You started to run after seeing the Easter Bunny getting on all his fours and following you. Both of you were very fast runners, but the black smoke caught you fast. The black smoke tackled you, making you fall onto your face. The Easter Bunny dodged it fast and quickly jumped to stand right on you, so his back paws were both side of your sides. What? And he had took his boomerang and blade out. When did he have a fucking blade? Anyways, he was ready to battle and defend you. You could easily see it from his position. He looked like a hero, which made you blush a bit. How nice. It's not like it's his fucking job. Are you alright, Sheila? He asked, but just stared towards the smoke. Yeah, but what is that? You asked, and slowly got up from the ground. You stood on your back legs, right behind Bunnymund. This black smoke just flew in front of you, and it looked like it was waiting for something. I don't know, but I definitely don't like it, Sheila. Bunnymund said, and you kept staring at the smoke, without any kind of weapon to help the Easter Bunny if you needed to fight. Wait, is that sand? Like, black sand? You said while looking properly towards the attacker. Oh no. Oh no. It can't be. Bunnymund gasped, and then the smoke changed its form into sand. Then both of you heard evil laughter that both of you recommended immediately. Ah yes, let me just recommend some evil laughter. Pitch black! Pitch black! Both of you gasped at the same time, but while you were furiously looking at the boogeyman, the Easter Bunny turned to look at you oddly. How do you know him? He asked, and was quite curious. Well, look what we've got here. Two little bunny lovers. Y'all like my pitch voice? The boogeyman grinned evilly and changed his form to the physical one. Even if he looked quite handsome, he was still enemy of the whole world. Why did you feel the need to mention that, though? How the hell can you be here? You growled and ignored the Easter Bunny's question. Well, that is your business, my dear little Gertrude Dookie Fart. Okay. Well, that is not your business, my dear little Gertrude Dookie Fart. But I'm here to destroy every single guardian, Pitch Black said while still grinning. You tried it once, but failed, and that will happen again. Bunnymund growled and threw his boomerang toward the enemy, but he dodged it. I wouldn't be so sure about that. The boogeyman started, but then Bunnymund cut him off. He looked at you again and asked, Where does he know you? And why did he call you that? He said and was about to throw up. You felt your whole body freezing. You just couldn't answer because your words were stuck in your throat again. But for your bad luck, the boogeyman answered for you. Do you want to tell him, or shall I do it, my little ex-girlfriend? He said, making Easter Bunnymund gasp, and he literally looked like he had just seen a ghost. The drama! Oh my god, that epic gamer moment when your ex-boyfriend shows up. Apparently not according to this first line of dialogue we get in chapter 7, but still, the drama. Anyways, still author's POV. I was never your girlfriend. You used me as an ally. You shouted furiously and almost lost your mind after hearing that. You hoped that seeing Pitch Black was a nightmare, like he was surely too. Then, for both of your surprise, the Easter Bunny chuckled and looked at both of you. How could she even be? The one for you, I will never say out loud. You are totally different species, and you, Pitch Black, are disgusting. He said and looked horrified. What was he even talking about? You are totally different species. So basically, according to Bunny over here, is that if... Honest to God, I don't even understand what's fucking happening anymore. Like... Why do I bother trying to fucking make sense of this? I don't know. We're close to 40 minutes of this shit, and we're only on chapter 7 out of 30. Why do I do this to myself? We're gonna keep going. Anyway. Well, I guess she haven't to tell the truth about herself. Even I know it. Pitch said and looked at his nails. Material girl. But then the boomerang hit his head, making him groan in pain and lean forward. Bunnymund caught his weapon and smirked proudly, but then turned to look at you with a bit of a scared expression on his face. Wait, I thought I was gonna burp, hold on. Okay, there it is. All you could do was just turn to look at the ground. Your ears were about to fall against your back again. What is he talking about, Gertrude Dookie thought? I can never read that with a straight face. Why did I choose this? He asked, making your whole body shake because of fear. Fear of losing him if you tell the truth about who you truly were. This was just way too much to handle. Even if you had just met Bunnymund, you knew you just couldn't lose him. But also, you just couldn't tell the truth to him either. Girl, stop being so fucking dramatic. You even said it yourself. You just met him and just gave him one kiss. Why? This doesn't... I'm losing my mind here because y'all just met. And, like, of course you don't know anything about her, Bunny. You just met her. Why are you trying to feel betrayed? You just... I'm not gonna make sense of this, am I? It's like... But seriously, they just met each other. Literally just met each other. And, like... Bunny's acting shocked that she hadn't told him this uber-duber secret when they literally met, like, probably 5 fucking minutes ago in the timeline. I just... Anyways, I'll stop complaining and just continue with this stuff because I'm gonna fucking lose my mind. Anyways. But then, with right timing, the sleigh landed right next to you, which made the boogeyman turn into the black sand and then smoke again. Since when was he able to do that? Before running off. Before you didn't know, was that a really good or bad thing? Was that really pitch black? Toothy Anna said while flying from the sleigh. How is that possible? Jack said and tried to follow the boogeyman, but the Sandman made huge wall from his sand. His magical sand, actually, so Jack couldn't leave. I saw his aura from the globe, so he rushed back to here. Are you guys okay? The North said and looked at you and Bunnymund. Neither of you two answered, which made the other guardians worried. Bunny, what happened? The North said and looked at his friend, who was still looking at you demandingly. Gertrude Dookie thought. Bunnymund said, and he was about to continue, but you did the only thing you could. You ran. You ran off them as fast as you could, and you cried. You didn't want to hurt anyone, especially Bunnymund, but you had no choice. You just couldn't tell the truth, so you had to escape. You ran like your brains had snapped, and you were escaping the predator like a bunny you were. You thought that was the best option to do, but was it really? Bunnymund and Jack Frost tried to follow you, but the North prevented them to do it. Bunny, you need to explain what happened here after we left, he said worriedly, and lifted his right hand onto his friend's shoulder. After you had ran far enough from them, which happened quite fast as running in snow was so easy for you, you stopped and continued crying while leaning to sit against the wall of deep cave in the forest. Excuse me. had a sody pop earlier, that's why. All things fell from your shoulders, even if everything felt too much to deal with right now. Oh my god, guys. The drama, the angst, the sadness. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I was scrolling because I was gonna hit the button for continue to next chapter. But I accidentally looked at the comments, and the first one I see is Pitch into bestiality. And then Pitch is given zoophile vibes. And I mean, like, yeah! You're right. You're pretty goddamn right about that. Anyways, chapter 8, your point of view. Not me, not the author's, your point of view. I'm not funny, what am I doing? Come on, Master Pitch. They left. We need to go and get you safe. I heard my own words in my mind, and the flashback started to run. I was leaning against the wall of the cave when I saw it, and I was breathing quite heavily. It happened just 1 year ago, the battle between Pitch Black and the Guardians, after Jack Frost had chosen to be one. I had saw everything because I was one of Pitch's nightmares. Or at least, sort of, was. Ooh, what? Because I am a form changer. What the can't you just say shapeshifter? What is this? Ah, yes, form changer. Anyways, which means that I can change my form to anything I want, which lives. You mean a shapeshifter then, right? And I know that form changers are very rare species. I don't even know if there are any others left anymore, which makes me think I'm the only one, and I need to fight for surviving. Survival! See, there's a comment on here that says, do you mean shapeshifter? And I'm like, yeah. No, I don't want to fucking log into Wattpad! Stop it! I don't want to log into Wattpad. I don't need this in my history. Thank you very much. Where was I? Blah, 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 blah. Okay, the last year's battle was very brutal, and at the last minutes, I got an idea how to save my master. I couldn't let him to be destroyed, otherwise I would have been killed too, because I had some of his powers. I mean, when I was just a little, so little, that I couldn't change my form at all, like a kid if compared to human kids. Like I was one too, obviously. But I also could be anything I wanted to be, which should have made my life amazing, but it didn't. I was weak and didn't know how to control my powers after waking them up. Then I met Pitch Black. I didn't know that he was the bad guy, but without any kind of parents or family, he was the one I trusted. He promised that if I help him with his goal, he helps me to control my powers, and I saw it pretty good deal until I got to know that he wanted to destroy all the Guardians. When I was older and had mastered my powers, he gave me part of his own, so I could change my form to be his most loyal nightmare in a shape of horse. But when he was defeated, and the Guardians were about to destroy him, I commanded to other nightmares to attack the Boogeyman as a vision for the Guardians that his own powers would kill him. But for real, I helped him to escape. Master Pitch, we need to leave. You need to heal and have time to recover. I panted worriedly while carrying him to the cavern where I was crying currently. You did amazing, Gertrude Dookie Fart. You saved me, he had said, and then kissed me. And during that kiss, I returned the part of his powers, which he had gave earlier to me, back to him. Why? He raised his eyebrows and leaned against the wall of the cave. You need it more, Master. You need to heal yourself, and I want to see if I am strong enough to just use my own powers. I'd explained to him, but the whole truth was that his powers had been like a poison in my veins, and finally I had got rid of them. For a moment, he had just sat there and thought something. Then he slowly and weakly got up and used his powers to lift me against the wall and choke me with the black sand that took form of a huge hand. Damn, that escalated quickly. I was at human girl form, which I normally used so I wouldn't be recognized. I tried to change my form to a little bird to escape from him, but his powers denied it. Then I noticed it. He was sucking my powers out of me. Suck. You are such a loser, a coward. You are about to betray me, your own master. I trained you. I raised you. I was about to marry you, but you fool betrayed me. He yelled at me furiously while I could just whine. No, Master Pitch, I could never betray you. Please, let me explain. I coughed and tried to change my form at the same time. Then it happened. A huge explosion between both of our powers. And I changed my form for one last time. When I fell onto the ground, I had taken a form of a white puka bunny. I think he had thought a shape of a weak little bunny, but I managed to control it a bit to make myself a little bit stronger in shape of puka bunny. I panted weakly and tried to change my form again, but couldn't. He had taken all of my powers. Master Pitch? I sobbed and turned to look at him. He was lying on the floor of the cave and looked like he was dead. But I guess he was just fainted because of the magical explosion. I hopped closer to him on all fours and repeated my words. Master Pitch, I could never betray you, but you stole my powers. How could you? The anger was growing inside of me, and then I got the idea. I lifted myself to be standing on my back legs, and I turned to look at the cave. You may have stolen my powers, and if I can't get it back, neither can you use it, I said and jumped furiously against the weakest spot of the cave. I started jumping around it, and the cave started to crackle fast. I mean crumble? Crackle usually has to do with fire. I barely got off the cave myself, but I needed to be sure that the whole cave was destroyed and onto the boogeyman. For 2 days and nights, I stayed close at the destroyed cave. I slept under the biggest tree and took a watch that he never came out of there. I assumed that he was finally dead. He took my powers, and now I was trapped into a shape of a huge bunny. I sighed and scratched the back of my neck with my right back leg. Then I noticed the fact that my fur was thick and purest white that was ever seen. Oh geez, white again, I sighed, and then saw some snowflakes falling down. Snowflakes? I said to myself, and then realized what it meant. Jack Frost! Jack Frost! I realized that if he was somewhere out there, maybe I could find the other guardians. I have to warn them, I said, then saw a very fast-flying figure, which I noticed that was Jack Frost himself. Jack Frost, wait! I tried to yell, but he couldn't hear me. He was way too far. I started to run after him as fast as I could, and I noticed that actually I was pretty fast. Good part for shape of a bunny, I smirked, and continued following the Frosty boy. Still can't get over that. What the fuck? Frosty boy. Honestly, I wasn't even surprised about the fact that I was white. I'm sorry, that's a little funny out of context, too. I normally was, whatever form it. Excuse me! That's too funny, I can't. I normally was, whatever form I had taken. I had lost my colors when Pitch Black was training me. Except when I was carrying part of his powers. The color was black. I barely remember having any other colors, but the memory's still there somewhere. Like my colors and my powers. I know it. I can feel it. I'm sorry. I just keep looking at the comments, and the first one here is ew, and honestly, and then the next one is like some concerned emoticon, honestly. Yeah, me too. Chapter 9, still your point of view. Oh boy. It took few weeks to track Jack Frost, but he was way faster than I was. In very time when I was about to find him, he just disappeared. Also, there were no signs of other guardians, so Jack Frost was my only change to find them. I needed to warn them about Pitch Black, because when I felt my powers to be still there somewhere, I also felt his black aura to be alive. So all those weeks I had trained myself to become one with the new form I was trapped into. I trained everything I could, especially movements, speed, and senses, which I managed to train very well. When I finally tracked the Guardians, I had froze because of the sight of the Easter Bunny. I had immediately fell in love when I saw him, which caused me to hide into the pile of snow, even if they still found me, and now I was crying at the same cave that I had destroyed by myself. Wait, how can this look like it was never destroyed? I thought myself, then ran out of it quickly. I sat weakly under the same tree which I had slept when I was guarding that Pitch never came out of the cave. I heard some blurry voices, you mean faint? I heard some blurry voices coming from the cave and saw something moving at the back of the darkness. It felt familiar. I wish that I wasn't alone for now, but I sobbed and whipped my tears away. Just not even wipe them, you just take them off your fucking face and whip them away like a gamer. I hope that isn't anything dangerous. I want to meet Bunnymund again. I need to apologize, him and every other guardians too. I sobbed and took steps backwards when the calmer took them forward. What? Then I heard the sound I wanted and not wanted to hear. What you need apologize for? The Australian accent asked. Not the bunny himself. No, just the accent, clearly. The Easter Bunny jumped out of the cave and looked at me worriedly. Hey, sir? I sobbed and my whole body froze to its place. Is that really you? I asked weakly. Who else would it be? I needed to follow you and the North's globe show us that you were here. So I used my holes to get as close to you as I could, but I didn't know I appeared into a cave. Ugh, I hate caves. He said and rubbed the back of his neck with his left front paw. Easter! I cried and ran into his arms. He hugged me tightly and then kissed my forehead. Hold on, everything is all right, Sheila. Don't cry, he said and rubbed my back to make me feel safe. After the moment of silence, the way he rubbed my back and hugged me calmed me down. I lifted my jaw with his right paw, and I looked at him weakly but couldn't smile. What, you needed to apologize, and why did you run off? He asked worriedly, but then pressed his lips against mine, which surprised me truly. Excuse me, sir, you need consent? Where's the consent, motherfucker? Easter, I said weakly and then looked at the ground. I can't tell it to you here, I said, which made him grab my waist and pull me closer to his body, which obviously made me blush. Blushy blush. I'll take you somewhere safe then. Grab on tight, he said, and then tapped his right back foot. A huge hole appeared under us and we fell into it. Where are we going? I panicked and then noticed that he was carrying me bridal style while running in the huge hole tunnel. Gosh, he was fast. Oh wow, we're almost at an hour. Holy shit. Holy fuck. Anyways, before he answered, we appeared into the huge place that was filled with Easter stuff. Welcome to the Warren, Sheila, the Easter Bunny said and lifted me down right next to him, but he still had me in his hug. Wow, this place is beautiful, I gasped and looked everything so amazed. Is this your home? The Easterland? I turned to look at him and he was blushing. He looked so cute. How nice. How nice indeed. This place is nothing if compared to your beauty. He said and then kissed me again. I blushed and immediately melted into that kiss. My ears fell against my back when I kissed him back, but then I heard some very familiar voices, which caused my ears to lift up again and hop a step away from the Easter Bunny. Look at those little love bunnies! Aren't they cute? Toothiana cheered while Jack Frost was whistling. I can't whistle, so I don't know. I blushed, but then held it back. All the guardians here, I thought myself, and then heard the North talking. Got a little too excited there. I'm happy to see that you found love, Bunny, he said and smiled to us. Then his voice got darker when he continued. But we need to talk, Gertrude Doogie-Fart. And I assume that you know what we need to talk about, he said, making me swallow. Swallow what? I turned around to see if the whole tunnel was still there, but then I saw Bunnymund closing with by tapping his back leg. He shook his head at me sadly and looked at the ground. That sight made me feel horrible. I wish that he knew nothing about me yet. I turned back at the other guardians and then nodded. Okay, I said, and followed them along the warren. Anyways. Chapter 10! We're back to Bunnymund's POV. Yay, more Australian. And it also says here that we're going back a little bit, and it says this is when YN, or Gertrude Doogie-Fart in this case, had run off into the forest. Or I should say is at the forest, not into it, just fucking running at it. Oh, I don't know. Bunnymund's POV though. Did I say something wrong? Jack Frost said while all of us, the guardians, looked at Gertrude Doogie-Fart running away from us. I let my ears drop down against my back when I looked at the ground. I just couldn't hold my guards up any longer. She had hurt me by leaving, and I didn't even know a reason for it. Bunny, everything is going to be fine, I heard the North saying while he lifted his hand on my shoulder. I couldn't look at him, but then I heard Toothiana's voice. Can you explain us what happened? Why Pitch Black was here and how? She said, and then I saw Sandy forming his magical sand, which I didn't quite catch this time. Oh, that explains much, Sandy, the North said, making me turn to look at him. What did he say? I didn't quite catch that, but it had something to do with Gertrude Doogie-Fart, I said while sitting on a snowy rock. Gertrude Doogie-Fart. I can't. I'm so immature. I'm done. Gertrude Doogie-Fart is a form changer. The North started, and that made me lift my ears up again. She is what? Me and Jack Frost said at the same time. I have heard of those, but I didn't know that there were any of them left, Toothiana said quite sadly. Okay, this is Pitch. She must have been the last one, and she has something to do with Pitch Black. Otherwise, she wouldn't have reacted like that. The North said. Maybe Pitch Black murdered her family? Jack just gets fucking more obnoxious every time I voice him, and I love it. Anyways, Jack Frost suggested, but got deathly glares from all of us, making him shut down his mouth. Hold on, wait, I'm curious what these comments are saying. Hold on, really quick. Jack. Oh my god, someone made a fucking Unkanto reference in the comments. It was only 32 minutes ago, damn. It's kind of funny though. I'm gonna read it because frankly this comment is more entertaining than the story. So it says, Jack, not if she doesn't have a family. Everyone glares at him. Jack, what? Can't I say she doesn't have a family? What is that? Not a family! Yeah, I get it. I know it's probably not that funny, but it's probably funnier and better than this fanfiction and frankly more entertaining. So I read it anyway. Screw you. My lips are dry. Okay, who said that? Right, this is Bunnymund. What might it be? I'm worried about her, I said and got surprised because Toothiana hugged me tightly. We all understand how you feel, Bunnymund. I think you should go after her. She seemed to be very upset, she said, then continued while looking into my eyes. She needs you, she said when I was about to deny her suggestion. Who's saying this? Toothiana is right. Go after her, Bunny. We meet you later. Can you bring her to the North Pole? The North said, but I shook my head. But then saw Sandy forming something with his magical sand. She would probably escape from there. I read it out loud. Yeah, you might be right, I started, but then Jack asked the question we were all thinking. What place would be right that she feels comfy to talk to us, but she could not escape from there? He said, making a light bulb appear onto my head. The Warren, I said while smiling brightly. Everyone feels themselves comfy at the Warren, I said, making others smile and nod. I open a hole to you to go there already. I bring her to there after I found her and talked to her. I just felt like I had a stroke reading that. I'm sorry, I said, and then tapped my right back foot, making a huge hole appear under the other guardians. They screamed while falling into it, and I barely caught the globe which the North threw me. Thanks, I smiled at him before closing the tunnel portal. I looked at the globe. I almost switched accents. Looked at the globe to find Gertrude Dookie fought, and I did faster than I had imagined. So there she is, I said, but was sad about seeing her cry. Then I tapped my foot again to make smaller hole to myself. I stepped into it, and it wasn't a long ride. I appeared into a huge and dark cave, which I didn't like at all, but then I saw her. Sorry. Breathe for a second. Gertrude Dookie was sitting against the wall of the cave, and she was crying. That view is heartbreaking to me to see. Oh my god. Fucking more Australian, god damn it. We're already an hour into this. I don't know if I mentioned that already, but we're already an hour into this, and we're on fucking chapter 11. Whoa! I love that so much. You don't... Alright. Still Bunnymund's point of view. I followed her movements from the shadows for a little, like a stalker. That wasn't in the story, by the way. I just added it in because this is what it fucking feels like. Anyways, I wanted to know why she had came here, but what actually happened. I wish that I wasn't alone for now, but she sobbed and then whipped her tears away with her soft-looking paws. I hope that it isn't anything dangerous. I want to meet Bunnymund again. I need to apologize him and every other guardians too. She sobbed and got up to take steps backwards when I walked towards to her. Blah. What she wants to apologize for, I thought to myself. What you need apologize for? I asked from the shadows. She was already out of the cave, which made me to take a huge jump out of it too. The fuck? I looked at her worriedly while she had her back against the huge tree. Easter? Gertrude Dookie sobbed, and she looked like she couldn't move. Is that really you? She asked weakly. Who else would it be? I needed to follow you in the North's globe, show us that you were here. So I used my holes to get as close to you as I could, but I didn't know I appeared into a cave. Ugh, I hate caves, I said and rubbed the back of my neck with my left front paw. I truly hated caves, but I was ready to do anything for her. You go, King. You fight your hatred for caves, for your love that you met, probably an hour ago. Easter! She cried and ran straight into my arms. I hugged her tightly and then kissed her forehead. Her body felt so amazing against mine. Oh god. And her fur was so soft. Hold on. Everything is alright, Sheila. Don't cry, I said and rubbed her back, trying to make her feel safe. After the moment of silence, the way I rubbed my back and hugged her, I saw her calming down. I decided to take a risk, even if the moment wasn't the bestest for it. I lifted her jaw with my right paw, and when we looked at each other's, I waited her to smile at me. But somehow she couldn't do it. That made me worry about her more. Well, you needed to apologize, and why did you run off? I asked worriedly, but then pressed my lips against hers, which I guess surprised her very much. Oh, no duh. No duh, my guy. Why wouldn't it surprise her? Where the fuck was I? Aster, she said weakly, and then looked at the ground. I can't tell it to you here, I heard her saying, which made me grab her waist and pull her closer to my body. I saw her blushing, which looked so cute. I'll take you somewhere safe then. Grab on tight, I said while smirking, and then tapped my right back foot. Huge hole appeared under us, and we fell into it. Okay, real talk here, like, I mean, switching point of views isn't a bad thing with this stuff, right? I mean, I guess. It's just fucking annoying a little bit, because it's like, we went from, of course, our main character, Gertrude Dookie Farts, point of view, and it's like, yeah, we got to know all this shit, and then we switch back to, like, Bunnymund's, and it's like, okay, so here's what he did, like, after Gertrude fucking ran away, right? Okay, so that's what he was doing. But it just gets annoying when it's literally the same exact chapter, just with Bunnymund's POV. Like, nothing's changed from his POV. Like I hope I'm wording this right, but it's like, it's literally the same exact thing that happened in, like, the last chapter or two? I don't fucking remember. It's the same thing that happened, except they replaced some thoughts, just only a few, with Bunnymund's. Like, and it's like, it makes the whole thing so fucking redundant, because, is redundant the right word? I don't even know. It's just so fucking, how do I say this? It's so annoying? I think annoying is the right word, because, like, we already went through this, honestly. In fact, I don't even need to read this whole chapter to know where this is going. What happened already is gonna happen. They're gonna go to the Warren, they're gonna have their kiss, the Guardians are gonna be like, congratulations for finding love, even though you barely know each other still. And then they're gonna have a fucking talk about her being an ally of Pitch, I guess. I don't know. Which is the only mildly intriguing part of this story so far. So, there's that. Oh, I'm gonna put on chapstick. My lips are dry as fuck. But, like, it's just so annoying. That's like, and that's probably why this is exactly 30 chapters, because if it just stayed entirely in YN's point of view, it would definitely be less chapters than this, because then we just, because then there's no need for Bunnymund's shit. Like, that's what gets me, is that this would have probably been done much faster and been shorter if they took out the unnecessary switching to Bunnymund's POV, which adds absolutely nothing other than, like, a few bits. But, like, it's just so redundant. I don't even, I'm just trying to stall to not continue reading this, because frankly it's annoying, but I made a promise to myself that I was gonna sit and read this whole thing, and we're only on chapter, 11? Let's go. Alrighty, where was I? Huge hole appeared under us, blah blah. Where are we going? She panicked and tightened her grip against my fur, and after that, she noticed that I was carrying her bridal style while running in the huge hole tunnel. I tried to be faster than normal because the others were waiting, and our enemy might be free again. I needed to know the truth. Hold on, I gotta fix my accent. Mate, testing 1, 2, 3. Okay, before I answered her question, I stepped outside of the tunnel hole and into the warren, while still carrying her bridal style in my strong arms. Welcome to the warren, Sheila, I said, and lifted her down right next to me, but I still had her in my hug. I didn't want to let her go. Wow, this place is beautiful, she gasped and looked everything so amazed. Is this your home? The Easterland? She turned to look at me, and I was blushing a bit. I knew she saw it. This place is nothing if compared to your beauty, I said bravely, and then kissed her again. She blushed and immediately melted into that kiss. Her eyes dropped. Her ears. Shit. Eyes dropped. Her ears dropped again against her back when she kissed me back. She looked much cuter when her ears were down, and gosh, I loved the feeling of kissing her. But then we both heard the other guardians' voices, which caused her ears to lift up again and hop a step away from me. Look at those little love bunnies, aren't they cute? Toothiana cheered while Jack Frost was whistling. Again, I can't fucking whistle, so... Gertrude Dookie blushed, and I managed to saw it before she held it back. Yeah, spit. I just smirked proudly, even though I tried to hold back my blush too. I was standing right next to Gertrude Dookie when the other guardians walked to us. Then the North started talking. I'm happy to see that you found love, Bunny, he said and smiled brightly to us. Then his voice got darker when he continued. We need to talk, Gertrude Dookie, and I assume that you know what we need to talk about, he said, making her swallow. I didn't like the tone he used in his voice, but I knew that this was a serious thing to deal with. Gertrude Dookie turned around to see if the whole tunnel was still there, but then she saw me closing with by tapping my back leg. What? Can this author spell right, please? I shook my head and looked at her sadly. I was quite disappointed to her for a willing want to leave already. I'd brought her into my home, but she wanted to leave right after coming here. Of course I knew that she was going through a lot, but still. I looked at the ground, but still felt her looking at me. Okay, Bunny, fucking hold on, Bunny. You only just started technically dating and barely known each other either, and yet you're... No. You don't have a right to be upset at all, Bunny. Not really in the case of her wanting to leave. Like, she is not obligated to stay there at your home if she doesn't want to. Honest to God. Like, you're not fucking special, dude. I don't know. I'm just gonna keep going. This is frustrating, but I'm gonna just keep going. Just keep going. Just keep swimming. He's still looking at him. Then I saw from the corner of my eyes that she turned back at the other guardians and nodded. I lifted my head up before she answered. Okay, she said, and followed us. Well, actually, every one of them followed me, because I took the lead to show a better place to talk. The 7 entrance tunnels weren't so comfy to be when the topic was heavy as 1,000-stoned Easter egg giants. What? I don't know anymore. Finally! I can fucking quit the Australian accent. It's a lot. Makes my voice hurt. Chapter 12. Author's point of view, which should actually technically be second person point of view, but whatever, I'm not the one who wrote the story. Thank God. Bunnymund showed all of you a wonderful place at the Warren, where you could feel relaxed and comfy at the same time. It was near a normal waterfall, and there was also few tree trunks where you could sit on. There was also few cherry trees. Sorry, my throat hurts. I've been doing this shit for like an hour and almost 20. The North chose huge but comfy looking rock to sit on. The rock was covered on moss, so it wasn't so hard to sit on. Toothiana and Jack Frost chose 2 tree trunks to sit on. Sandman made himself a chair from his magical sand. You tried to sit on hardened pile of leaves, but you were so nervous to stay still. Bunnymund acted the same, but then Jacques Frost. But then Jack Frost pulled him to sit on the tree trunk. Calm down already. That doesn't do good to her nervousness, Jack said, making Bunnymund just glare back at him. You might be right, mate, he answered and turned to look at you. Your ears were dropped down again. So, Gertrude Dookiefart, the North said calmly, making you lift your head up to turn to look at him. I don't know where to start, you said. But then he continued, We know that you are a form changer, he said. But then Toothiana continued, That made you turn your head towards her. How can you be one? I mean, I thought they had all died off, she said, but we're a little scared to say that, because she didn't want to hurt you. You sighed before answering. Yes, I am a form changer, you said, and avoided everyone's eye contact, especially Bunnymund's, so you looked at the ground. And I am the last one. Barely anyone knew about me being one. How did you know it? You said and looked at the North, who nodded. You look at Sandman. He formed something with his sand, and this time Toothiana translated it. Sandy says that he has seen form changers ages ago, and when he felt your aura coming from the snow pile, he knew that you were one, she said, but then it was Jack Frost's turn to talk. Why were you in the snow pile anyway? Were you hiding on us? He asked, and you nodded to him. Why? The North asked, but then continued. Who is this? It's the North. Okay. For now, I want you to know that we don't want to pressure you. We just want to know the truth. Pitch black is our enemy, and if you know something, we need to know about it, he said, and then repeated the question. So why were you hiding there? Had it something to do with Pitch? He said. Yes, sort of. You managed to start, but then Jack Frost gasped and interrupted you. Are you his spy? He said, making everyone else jump a bit too. No, let me explain. You panicked, and after North calming everyone down, you noticed that Bunnymund hadn't said anything yet, but you just had to start explaining. Otherwise, they would lose their trust on you. I was looking for you. I had been tracking you for weeks. Then I found marks from Jack Frost, which leaded me to all of you. I needed to warn you, but then, you said, and then blushed when you lifted your head to see Bunnymund. From the position of his ears, you knew that he was listening sharply. He had crossed his front paws, and he lifted his right eyebrow to you when you looked at him. Almost all of them got the point from your acting, but Bunnymund himself didn't quite get it. Neither did Jack Frost. What? Bunnymund asked while Toothiana, Sandman, and North were smiling brightly at him. What are you looking at? Do I have carrot or something on my face? He said, and then started to rub his cheeks with his front paws. You rolled your eyes. Are every Aussie stupid like you? Goddamn! Fucking roasted his ass. You teased and mocked him. You leaned to his level and then pressed a kiss on his lips. He melted right away, which caused others to cheer at you too. Jack Frost just sighed jealously. Ooh, so we do have a love triangle over here. Ah, shit! Ah, shit! Well, actually, more of like a love square. Because you got fucking Bunnymund and Pitch, I guess, and Jack, and then Gertrude Dookiefart. So, a love square sort of thing. I don't fucking know, honestly. Jack Frost just sighed jealously, which made Bunnymund be much more prouder. He kissed you back bravely. After his blush had vanished, you were still blushing, and then he patted his lap for you to sit on it. Oh, that's a little sus. A little sussy. You blushed and obeyed him. He wrapped his arms around your waist while you wrapped yours around his arms. This is Jack. Okay. So, you two are a couple now? And we still don't know the truth, but hey, they aren't even same species, Jack said, making North glare at him. Both of them are last of their species. I accept you two to be a couple. Hashtag supportive Toothiana. She's such an ally. I don't even know what I was gonna say. I was gonna make a joke and I fucked it up. Anyways, ally Toothiana. Get it, queen? Toothiana said, and she was about to melt the site too. Melt what? Sandman agreed by using his sand. That's north. Gertrude Dookie Fart might know this already, but since she is last form changer, if she wants to have a family, she needs to choose her final form someday. The North said, making the atmosphere sad. Bunnymund rubbed you back while feeling bad for you. You lightly nodded and then said, I know, and I kind of have chosen it already, because I can't change my form anymore. Pitch took my powers. Oh yeah, you said and looked at the ground. He did what? Bunnymund gasped, making the others jump too. Yes, he took them, but that's not the only thing. I came to warn you about him. I needed to, because last time you battled him and almost defeated him. The reason why he got away was me. You said and were ready to face the Guardian's reaction, even if it was the baddest thing ever. Why or how? The North said, and everyone just listened silently. We were surprised that they weren't mad at you. Yet. When I was little, he saved me from dying. He trained me. He raised me. And gave me part of his powers. But he also took away from my colors, which meant that I also could use his nightmare sand. And always when I changed my form, the color was black. Like it's now white. You explained slowly and clearly so everyone could understand. So, he is your father? Jack Frost said the thing that everyone might have been thinking. I never thought him that way, because I always knew that he was evil. He wanted to marry me, so he could steal all of my powers. I was stronger than him until he took them away. You said, but then Toothiana raised her hand to have a turn to talk. You smiled at her acting. Have we fight with you earlier? Like, have you been with him all the time? She said, making everyone else turn their eyes from her to you. Kinda. Remember the horse which was always with him? You said, making Bunnymund gasp. Don't you say that you were it, he said, making you nod and look at the ground. He forced me. I had no choice. But after yours and his last battle, when the nightmares looked like they attacked him, I led them to help him to get away. I had no choice either. I'm sorry, you said, and then continued because all the Guardians looked so shocked. Otherwise, if he was killed, my powers would have been gone too, and I would have died too. Both of us were recovering at that cave where Bunnymund found me earlier. I had destroyed the cave on pitch black, but he somehow escaped. Now he wants to destroy not just you, but me too, you said, making Bunnymund wrap his arms around you tighter. He will never have you when I'm breathing, he said, and pressed his head against your fur, making you almost cry. We will defend you and help you to get your powers back, the North said. But she helped him, Jack said. He was like he was on another planet. He forced her. She had no choice, Jack, Toothiana said. He used me. I know, but I will find my powers and help you to get rid of him, you said, and then North continued. I know you are a good girl. You have never been on naughty list, and since Bunnymund loves you and you love him, he said, making both of you blush badly, I want to welcome you to our guardian family. He cheered and walked to hug both of you. Thank you, all of you. You smiled, but then yawned. That was so bad. All right, everybody. Oh wait, no, that's fucking. See, they really need to. All right, everybody. That'd be bad. Hold on, let me do that. Mate. All right, everybody. Let's sleep here tonight. Let's plan everything in the morning, right? Bunnymund said while others started to yawn too. Then he yawned too. While Bunnymund showed the other guardians where they could sleep at, Sandman told that he would take the night watch, obviously. Everyone accepted it, and the North, Toothiana, and Jack went to sleep at the same huge leaf and moss-filled cave. That was the comfiest thing they ever knew. You were just about to ask where you could sleep, but the yawning interrupted you. Bunnymund lifted you into his arms and carried you to his nest, which was similar kind of cave, but it was at the huge hole, under a tree, like a tree cave. It was filled with leaves and moss, too. After he had told Sandman that the huge stone Easter eggs would keep watch for danger with him, he came into the nest, too. Oh my god, this is so comfy, you said while laying on your side at the leaf moss bed. I'm glad you like it, Shayla, he said and came to lay right next to you. He yawned cutely, but then pressed your lips against his, making him smirk. He kissed you back and lifted you to lay on him. His hands stayed on your hips. Oh, I thought you were tired. Wait, is that... who is that supposed to be saying? I'm just gonna make it Gertrude. Oh, I thought you were tired. You smirked and then gently massaged his ears, making him let out a moan from his mouth that made him blush badly, which looked more cute in your eyes. Ah, fun. Very fun. Very, very fun. Very fun. I love how one comment here is just girl, what the fuck. Same. Why am I reading this? I made him blush badly. Oh. Stop it right there. He said, and his back legs started tapping against the bed. That is so adorable. You fangirled while massaging both his ears. I think I know where this is going. Sort of. Sheila, you're playing with danger, he said, and we're about to close his eyes. If you meant yourself, then I love it. You winked at him, making him grin and roll over that you were now laying under him. Oh god, hold on, let me... Hold on, oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh god. Oh. Yeah, I think this is the fucking part where the smut happens. I kind of looked ahead really quick because I said I would give a warning. Let me just... Hold on, also... fuck, sorry, my leg fell asleep. Hold on one sec. Yeah, I looked ahead. It is definitely the smut part, and, Am I really gonna fucking read this? Yeah, fuck, what do I have to fucking lose? I'm not gonna make any, I'm just gonna fucking read it, I don't know. Alright, here we go. Where was I? If you meant yourself, then I love it. You winked at him, making him grin and roll over that you were now laying under him. He lifted your arms above your head, making you blush. What are you doing? You blushed when he was eyeing your body. His eyes were filled with lust, and he was no longer tired. Woo, horny men or bunnies, I don't know. And that you could also see if you looked between his legs, which couldn't be hidden. You gulped and blushed more. Bunny dick, lovely. I love you and your curves, Sheila. You look amazing, and I don't care if we aren't same species. I will always love you and protect you no matter what, he said and looked into your eyes. I will always love you too, Aster, you said, and then noticed that he was still wearing his belt with the egg bombs and his weapons. You sleep on that thing too? Your egg bombs and weapons belt, I mean. You chuckled, making his grin just go wider. Oh, well, I'll show you some... Can't do this. Why am I doing this? this? Why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? Well, I'll show you some egg bombs with my own personal weapon, Sheila. He whispered huskily into your ear while taking his belt off. He put it into a tiny hole at the wall, which was like a little shelf. Curious what these commenters had to say about this. I'm gonna read some of the comments again, just to let the people who still somehow haven't left yet to finally fucking leave get a chance to run before we really go down this rabbit hole, no pun intended. Here's some comments. On the fic, we have Ayo. Okay, I think I need a break. Same. Hold on, I just wanted to look. Fine, I'll fuck you. I'll log into my Wattpad account, okay? Okay, I give in. I'm sorry. Anyways. Blah, blah, blah. Where was I? I was reading the comments, right? Anyways. Yeah. Okay, I'm back. I love this person. They said, okay, I think I need a break. And then they said, okay, I'm back. I would not have come back if I were you, bestie. When I tell you I stopped breathing for a second. Oh, wait. Oh, no, this person has a crush on the fucking bunny. God damn it. For personal reasons, I will be passing away. Same. But not in, I don't know if you meant it in that way. I mean in the way of, why am I fucking reading this still? I don't know. How much longer do we have? I don't know how longer I can take this shit. Oh, why won't it end faster? I'm just stalling. I just know it. Anyways. Where are we? You blushed at his words and then felt his lips against yours again for the millionth time. Woo, because apparently this author doesn't know how to make it clear that someone's a couple without them kissing at least 5 times in one chapter. Yay. He licked your lips to get an entrance. You opened your mouth, then his tongue filled your mouth to battle with yours, while you felt his hands traveling along your body. He gently massaged your hips and then your tights. What tights? You're a bunny. You're not wearing anything. Oh, he tasted amazing. Yay, my favorite rabbit taste for, I don't know. After that tongue battle. Never thought I'd be reading those words. But here we are. You panted heavily while he possessed himself. I think obviously the author meant something else, but I just had the idea that Easter's soul just leaves his body for a brief second and then possesses himself again. I don't know, I'm trying not to think about what's gonna fucking happen next. Again, smut's about to happen. If you weren't very clear on what was happening already, we're about to see 2 bunnies go to Funky Town. About to multiply, if you will. I had a cough. Anyways, after that tongue battle, you really possessed himself. Are you ready, Sheila? Remember, I won't do anything you don't want me to do, he said, and massaged your lower stomach to get you relaxed. Well, at least he knows consent. He... fucking comment that says creaming for the consent. I can't anymore. I love this comment. We stand a male who asks for consent. Oh fuck yeah, we do. Consent is the sexiest thing on earth, bestie. Alright. I'm gonna cry. Anyways, you blushed and nodded while still panting. then you felt it. His huge personal weapon filling your most sacred part of your body. Oh damn, how tight you are. He started to pant too while pushing his length inside of you. Oh, Bunnymund, you panted heavily, then felt some pain. He leaned down to kiss you while he still massaged your lower stomach. It will be alright, I promise, my darling, he whispered, and I nodded. We just fucking switched point of views in like one sentence. Now it's first person. He whispered, and I nodded. I trusted him, and I loved him. Wow. When he hit the bottom, he waited for a moment to get our breathing in balance. Are you What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? Are you ready, my tight little female? My tight little female. Do you feel any pain? He said and kissed my forehead, cheeks, lips, and neck. Seriously, why we just switched point of view? Fuck, whatever. Not any more, but gosh, you should have. Why am I doing this? Why? I can't. Alright, here we go. Not anymore, but gosh. You should have warned how big you are. You blushed and chuckled. He just smirked proudly and then started the rhythm. You started moaning and panting again. Well, he was panting too. You continued kissing while he fastened and hardened his rhythm like a bunny he was. What? Tag yourself. I'm this comment right here that says, why are we still here? I don't know why I'm doing this. I should have ended this a while ago, but I'm not. I'm actually gonna sit here and read this 30 chapter horror fest. I mean fanfiction. End of all, both of you lasted longer than you had thought. It was not this. During the panting and moaning, one thought filled your mind. What if someone hears us? You blushed and whispered to your lover. Excuse me. I think that no one hears us, but then what if hears? What the fuck does that mean? This was clearly not beta read whatsoever. He winked at you. You pervert! What would they think if they hears us? We just met earlier today. Oh my gosh, we really did just meet today. Yeah, that's what I pointed out like several times. Y'all only just met that day, became lovers, and then fucked. You gasped, which made him laugh while hardening his movements. We are a couple, Sheila. They will understand. And yeah, we met today. What do you stress about? We are bunnies, he said, and then started to pant much heavier. I'm not used to talk much during these sessions. Bunny gets fucking laid. He does this more whatever. Bunny gets bitches, I guess. You heard it here, folks. The Easter Bunny knows how to get bitches. he said, and was about to close his eyes because of the pleasure. They're still going? I thought they were done. Why? But then you slapped his cheek with... which cheek are we talking? Please. Oh my god. And then you slapped his cheek with your right front palm, making his eyes go wide. Ouch, Shayla, what was that for? He said and looked hurtful. He calmed down the rhythm a little bit. We are bunnies. We are bunnies? How dare you treat me like that? You growled, making him kiss you silent again. What happened to the consent? What happened to the consent? You melted into that kiss and then whispered, and don't you dare to slow down, which made him chuckle and fasten up again. Then, while panting and moaning, both of you came, and he was about to lay down next to you. You lifted your paws around his neck as a mark of staying on you. He pulled himself out of you and then collapsed halfway on you. He was the one who were closer to the cave's opening, and you were closer to the wall. While you were still panting, he kissed your forehead and said, I'm sorry about what I said. I love you. I want you to feel yourself like a queen, because you are my world, even if we just met. But I know that this is true love. Gertrude Dookie fart. Those words melted your heart. I can't. I love you too, Easter Bunnymund, you said, and then kissed him. After that, you cuddled against each other's to be much as close each other as you could. Then you fell asleep and slept peacefully through the whole night. Oh my god. Why? Yeah. So no god. Oh my god. Jack is gonna reading comments and you know what, I'm done. I'm not done reading. I'm just done with life. Why would you... I'm sorry. Chapter 13. Author's point of view. After that, at the morning, when you woke up, you noticed that you were covered with leaves, and there was no sign of Bunnymund. You yawned, stretched a little bit, but then felt your lower body pretty much numb. Ouch! I guess I didn't imagine last night. You sighed and then slowly got up. Damn, you said, and then collapsed on the bed again. You couldn't get up because of the aftermath pain from losing your virginity. Yeah. Alright. Others... I'm sorry, just... Oh my... What has... Why did I... Oh my god. Anyways, others had got up earlier, but they had let you continue sleeping. During the breakfast, which Bunnymund had made with Tuthiana's help, Sandman just kept staring at the Easter Bunny. He fucking heard it, I just know he did. What? Who is saying this? Wait, who's saying it? Oh, it's Easter Bunny. Just, maybe if you fucking said it, it would have been more... Was it, Sandy? You've been staring at me for like 15 minutes non-stop. Barely even blinked, he said, and then bit a carrot. Others were eating sandwiches and drinking some water. Water? Water. I guess you had fun last night, Jack Frost said, and then yawned. Well, someone looks like he hadn't slept at all. Bunnymund growled back, but he was truly happy. Well, I have not, Jack Frost said and glared to Bunnymund. Wait, was that? I don't fucking know. Who is talking? Cause I clearly messed something up. The Sandman kept staring at him too. Honestly, never have I, Toothiana said while drinking some water. Why, I slept like a baby. The bed was so comfy, and thanks to Sandy, I saw very good dreams, the North said while eating. Oh, you mean dreams like this? Jack Frost said grumpily. That was totally grumpily. And then lifted his hands up so all of the Guardians could see them. Then he formed a hole with his right hand. Oh my god! And then he formed a hole with his right hand and he thrusted his left pointing finger in and out of the hole. I love Jack. I just have to let everyone know. I love this version of Jack. I love Jack in general. Jack is great. I fucking love Jack. Anyways, no, because Jack really was my favorite character in Guardians of the Galaxy. Guardians of the Galaxy! I meant right! I'm sorry, I'm just so tired and done with this shit. Yes, my favorite character. I'm sorry, it's just... This fan fiction has put me through the ringer. I meant to say... I meant to say that Jack was my favorite character, was always my favorite character in Rise of the Guardians. He always will be. So, like... Anyways, we stan Jack in this fanfiction because he's the only... He's the only fun one. Everyone else is just... I don't know. I don't care for anyone else. Just Jack. Why am I reading this again? Why do you think I had dreams like that? I was dreaming about well-succeeded Christmas. Shame of you, Jackie, the North said, but then noticed that Jack Frost, Toothiana, and Sandman had turned to look at the Easter Bunny. What? He asked innocently while taking another... Wait, that was the wrong guy. I meant what? He asked innocently while taking another bite of his carrot. How dare you two act innocent after your last night's sins? Jack Frost shouted, but Toothiana tried to calm him down. It's just Christian Jack Frost. No, we're not doing this. How dare you fuck inside of Jack Frost's Christian Minecraft server, man. How dare you? Anyways. And speaking of the devil, where is Gertrude Dookie Fart? Toothiana asked after Jack Frost had finally calmed down, even a bit. My princess is still sleeping. And yeah, we might have had a little fun last night, but you could have asked Sandy to give you some more dream sand to sleep. Don't blame me, I'm a bunny. Bunnymund smirked and lifted his paws up. That's no fucking excuse, you bitch, you know that. Literally a bunny, Jack said, but then Sandman formed something with his magical sand that made the North almost choke while drinking some water. Oh, by the way, I think I should let you all know that every time I voice Jack in his really fucking stupid voice, I do really dramatic hand gestures, just like finger guns, just like, well, you can't see it, but I just be doing really dramatic hand gestures just cause it makes me feel better about reading this shitstorm. Anyways, oh wow, then choked drink. Who was saying this? You two were so horny last night that my dream sand had no effect on you two or the things who are suffering from it. Oh, that's a lot. Why didn't I hear anything? The North said after translating Sandman's message, maybe because you were snoring so much that we couldn't sleep either, Jack Frost said while Toothiana stayed silent. She didn't want to argue with others. You go, Queen. Unproblematic icon. Okay, who's saying this? Okay, I promise to behave later tonight so Mr. Frost can have his beauty sleep. Bunny grinned and then got up from the wooden table. How dare you! Jack Frost growled and then threw a snowball onto the back of Bunnymund's head. Hi, it's not my fault if you don't have a woman. God damn! Bunny fucking roasting the shit out of my mans. Anyways, if you don't have a woman, or any other way than your hand to please your willings. God damn. Even if that was grammatically incorrect, he still fucking roasted shit out of my boy Jack. Fuck you, actually. Bunnymund said and walked to the tree where where's cave you were still lying at. Wow. Alright. You had heard almost everything and were red as fire truck. You heard Jack Frost growling something after Bunnymund's last comment, but then he jumped into the cave. Did you sleep well? He asked and gave you a good morning kiss. You kissed him back and nodded. Very well. Very well, thanks to you. But did others really hear everything? You said while blushing badly. Yeah, seems like they did. He answered and rubbed the back of his neck. Then he looked at your position at the bed. How long have you been awake? He asked. There's breakfast waiting for you. I didn't bring here anything because I didn't know if you were still sleeping. I didn't want to wake you up. He said, then rubbed your head and my ears. What? Can you not change? Whatever. That made you smile, and then you answered. For a while, that I heard your conversation about our last night, but I can't get up. My lower parts are hurting. You blushed, making him gasp slightly. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't. I would have stayed here if I... God, now I feel bad. I'm sorry, Sheila. He panicked and squatted down. It's okay. It's okay. Just help me up, please. You said, but when he was lifting you up, you panicked. Am I covered with blood? You said, and then turned to look down. Nope, I cleaned you while you were sleeping. Bunnymund said, making your eyes go wide, and you blushed. You did what? You gasped, and Bunnymund chuckled after both of you hearing Jack Frost's comment from the table. Oh, she is awake, he said, making you even more ashamed now. I think that's what that was supposed to be. I don't. This is confusing to read at times. Calm down. Mike, calm down. I didn't lick you clean. You would have woke up to that, he said and winked. But I did quite good job, didn't I? He continued and looked so innocent that you couldn't be mad at him. Sure. You sighed, then wrapped your arms around his neck. Now get me out of here, you said while he lifted you up bridal style. Then he jumped out of the cave and lifted you next to him. He still had his hands on your back and waist, just to be sure that you won't fall. Thank you. I think I survived for now. Maybe. You said, and then checked that you were totally white. After that, you clumsily jumped your way to the breakfast table, where the others were ending their parts of it. Good morning, Gertrude Dookie Fart. Toothiana smiled, but then yawned. Good morning, everyone. I'm sorry about we kept you awake last night, you said while blushing. At least you apologized. Jack Frost growled and then got up from his seat, which had shape of mushroom, but it was made from wood. I have no reason to, and neither did she, Bunnymund said and rubbed your back when you sat on a seat. Your expression told everything about your pain. Eat this, it will help. Today is a big day if we find him, Toothiana said and handed you a herb. Thank you, you said, and ate it while drinking some water. This is so boring! Can something happen now? May I ask, what do form changers normally eat? The North asked and looked at you curiously. Well, questions are welcome, but I can't answer about all my species. Only about me. You smiled and then continued. But I normally eat those things that the species I'm in a form eat. But even if I had taken a form of example like a wolf, I won't eat meat, even if it sounds very weird. You said and then took one carrot from the plate. Wow, so fun. Alright, that is interesting. Who is saying this? It just says he. There's like 3 he's that talk in this thing. I'm just gonna make it north because I think it's supposed to be north. Alright, that is interesting, he said and then smiled. After you had eaten, all of you started to prepare yourselves for today's mission, to find Pitch Black. And there's this comment that's here that says, I'm done. Me, I say that as I'm on chapter 14. We're a few seconds away from this being 2 hours long now. Lord help me. Alright, here we go. It's officially been 2 hours of this shit. Chapter 14. Author's point of view. You and the I'm sorry. This story is making me sick. You and the Guardians were back at the same forest where you had met yesterday. You had separated into 2 groups to look at different parts of the forest. You were in the same group with Bunnymund and Jack Frost. You were looking for Pitch near the cave. North, Toothiana, and Sandman had went far to look for him. Any signs of him would be a good way to start tracking. You were jumping clumsily around the trees to find any little pieces of the black sand, while Jack Frost were freezing the cave's walls and ceiling to make sure that it won't fall when you entered it. Bunnymund was helping you to find the pieces of black sand. That would be easier if you had just slept last night, Jack commented, you way of moving. The herb will have its effect soon, so shut up and continue working, you said while Bunnymund chuckled. The Frosty boy just rolled his eyes. I love that. He's my Frosty boy. Shut up, okay. After he had done his job, all 3 of you entered the cave. Jack's ice at the walls were glowing a little bit so it wouldn't be so dark in the cave. I still don't like caves, Bunnymund said while walking next to you. Me neither, but this cave I know, at least most parts of it. This isn't so big, you said, and were hopping around on all 4s while Bunnymund walked on his back feet. So, what are we looking for? Like, for example, Jack said after you had walked there just a couple of minutes. Any signs of him, like pieces of black sand or anything, signs that would tell that he was here after the cave fell. Something have to be here because he fixed this, you said and continued hopping. Then all of you saw it. At the end of the tunnel, there was something that was shining. Like that kind of sign? Jack said, and then stayed to keep guard while you and Bunnymund walked closer to the light. What is it? Bunnymund asked after you had got closer to the sparkling little energy ball. You just stared at it and felt connection with it. Part of my powers. How is this here? You asked and were about to touch it. Don't touch it! What if this is a trap and the cave falls on us after touching it? Jack said, and he had came a little closer. He's right. We can't risk anything. Bunnymund said, and then Jack made an ice cube where he captured the sparkling thing. Now let's go out, then I'll pull this cube to us, Jack Frost said, and you nodded to him. You did something useful this time, not just played your mouth, Bunnymund said, and patted the Frosty boy's head, who chuckled back at the Easter Bunny. Boy, make fun of my boy Jack one more time and we're gonna fight, you fucking furry bitch. Anyways, Boys, I think this was rather too easy, don't you think? You said after getting out of the cave. Other 3 guardians had come back to the cave. What is that? Toothiana asked after Jack had pulled the ice cube out of the cave, which for everyone's surprise didn't fall down. I think that is part of my powers, you said while the North quickly analyzed it. Yes, it is, and it's safe to take, he said, and then you took the energy ball out of the ice cube, then it sucked itself into you. Interesting choice of words. I can feel it, but where's end of it? You said, and then read Sandman's magical Sans message. I think we need to find all of them, and final piece is at Pitch's place. He might have separated your powers into smaller pieces. You might be right, Sandman, but I hope that is not true. Otherwise, this takes way too long. You sighed, and then felt Bunnymund's paw on your shoulder. You smiled to— oh wait, shit, I almost did something. You smiled to him after he said, "We will end this together, I promise." And other guardians agreed too, which made you very happy. Not me though. I'm so sick of this shit. And yet I still keep doing it. Continuing on with the author's point of view, we're on chapter 15. Isn't that like halfway through? Shit, are we halfway there? Please tell me we are. Wait, don't click on chapter 4. Fuck. That's not what I meant. Oh my god, hold on. We're having some technical difficulties. Please, can I scroll? Can I, there we go. Can I please click? Alright. Fucking, I hate, hold on. This is being really mean to me. Please. Can you please work? Fuck! Please, please. There we go. Thank you. Okay. Okay, we're fixed. Take a deep breath. I'm gonna take a little break because my throat hurts. Hold on. Alright. Okay. Here we go. Author's POV, chapter 15. Woo. After you had got small part of your powers, all 6 of you continued searching until the evening came. Just like Bunnymund. You were walking along the street when some boy walked towards you with his greyhound. Oh, hey, it's Jamie. Bite. Oh no, that's the demon dog, Bunnymund said and froze on his place. Oh, hey, Jamie. He just keeps getting more obnoxious as we go on. I love it. Jack greeted the little boy who saw all 6 of you. Oh, hey, what are you doing here? Abby, stay, he said, and then tried to hold tightly on his dog's leash. The greyhound were interested on the Easter Bunny. Normal stuff, trying to save the world, but we can't tell anything more. How have you been? Toothiana said, and smiled to the little boy. The dog just continued growling on Bunnymund, which you didn't like at all. You concentrated to the little part of your powers. You had just go back and then changed your form into a Tosa dog, which was normally a fighting dog. You stepped right between Bunnymund and the greyhound and started growling. It had a huge effect because the other guardians jumped a bit for the view, and Abby ran behind her owner. She was very much scared. Remember me that I don't want to get on your bad side, Gertrude Dookie Fart. Jack Frost laughed and then explained to Jamie who you were while you changed your form back to Huge Bunny. You felt yourself very tired and you collapsed backwards. Bunnymund managed to caught you into his arms and he lifted you bridal style into his arms. Maybe we should call it today, the North said, and everyone said Jamie goodbye, before Bunnymund created a whole tunnel back to the warren. All of you had admitted that for the first few days it was the safest place to sleep at. Then all of you would go to the North Pole. What happened? You asked after waking up at night in the Warren. You ran out of power, Jack said and handed you a cup of water. Then he explained everything while others were going through the today's searching. Bunnymund had taken care of you first, but Jack had come to continue his job while he went to catch up the others. You were kind of confused but mostly exhausted about everything that was going on. So, I found some of my powers, but then lost it. Great. How great. You thought out loud. Who's talking? Okay, thanks. Yeah, sort of. I think you should not use your powers until we find every part of it, or at least half of it. You can't faint every single minute we find something. What if pitch attacks during you are fainted? He said, and you sighed. Maybe you are right, Jack. Thank you. About helping Bunnymund to take care of me. You smiled and hugged him as thanking him. No problem, Jack said, and looked into your bright blue eyes. You looked at his and smiled. Oh, oh no. I read ahead. I knew there was gonna be a love triangle. Fuck. I kind of spoiled what was happening for you, but I don't really care. No problem, okay. You looked at his and smiled. You are not a bad fellow at all. You laughed, but then felt his lips against yours. You jumped a bit because you were surprised about his kiss. Jack, that's not very gamer of you. That's not very gamer of you, Jack, to kiss Oh no. Oh no. And for your bad luck, Bunnymund and the other guardians walked over and saw everything. Ah, yes, a classic case of misunderstanding. My totally favorite thing about these fanfictions, and not something that is the bane of my existence. What are you talking about? Chapter 16. Author's POV. Toothiana, Sandman, North, and Bunnymund were shocked, especially Bunnymund, and so did you too. After Jack Frost had kissed you, you pulled yourself away from him and growled. What the hell, Jack? All of the four of their jaws were dropped, but then Bunnymund started growling. You all could hear. The next, everything happened so fast. He attacked his mate by jumping onto him and pressing his blade against the Frosty boy's neck. Jesus! Dude, what the hell? Bonnie! North gasped while Jack was chuckling. Bunnymund, stop! You and Toothiana gasped while Sandman yelled with his own magical sand. You just couldn't believe him reacting that much, but at the same time, you were quite honored. Oh my god. I kind of want to stop, but I made a promise to keep going. Here we go. No, here, real quick though. I hate it when fanfics like this do a thing where they just, they fucking demonize one of the characters just for the sake of development or something, and, like, they make the character act not like themselves, kind of. 'Cause, like, look, Jack is a mischievous kind of person, but he's, like, not a bad guy. That's the whole point of the movie, is that, you know, he was kind of misunderstood. And, it just gets me how, like, their demon completely just, like, literally, this whole time in the fanfiction, they literally just made Jack out to be, like, oh, he's so jealous of Bunny and YN, and, like, he's trying, like, it's, like, it's just, I hate it when fanfictions do that. They take a character and demonize them for the sole purpose of, like, the main ship, whatever it is, and they're like, oh, this, I'm trying trying to talk, but it's like sometimes I can't articulate my thoughts correctly. But I just hate it when fan fictions do that. And this is what's getting me here is that instead of just, sticking to Jack's actual character, they just have him be the one to fucking scapegoat and to demonize him, being like, oh yeah, he fucking kissed Bunny's girlfriend, ooh, how bad. And I just know that in the rest of the chapter, they're just gonna fucking continue with the whole thing, and then they're gonna make all of the other characters hate Jack and be on the side of YN, and it's just fucking annoying, especially when they do it to a character you personally like. Like, I really like Jack, okay? So, like, seeing this is just kind of annoying, and it's like, clearly the author don't fucking know about the characters they're writing about. Because, as I said, Jack's a mischievous kind of person, yes, but I highly doubt he would be the type of person to fucking, 1, kiss someone unconsensually, and 2, fucking do that to, like, one of his friend's partners. Like, excuse me? What? And it just, I don't know, and the thing is, like, they're having this whole plot line of Jack also likes YN, but YN doesn't like Jack, but it's like, they barely did shit with it. Like, it just comes out of nowhere. Like, there was some sprinklings of it before, like, when he blushed in, like, chapter 2, or when he looked at them jealously in, like, chapter 5 or something, but that was it. There was no, and, like, there's no actual, like, things to show Jack having proper feelings for her, and, like, he barely even interacted with her enough to really like her, so it's like, it doesn't make sense. I mean, to be fair, Bunny and YN being so in love doesn't make any sense either, because, like, literally, they had known each other for one day, immediately fell in love, and then had fucking sex that same day. So it's like, love at first sight is a thing, yes, but this literally, like, hell, this was like some Romeo and Juliet type shit, where they saw each other and were like, let's get married immediately. It's just, there's a lot to complain about this fanfiction, obviously. But I'm not here to... I'm just gonna fucking read it. I don't even remember where I was at, because I just wanted to sit here and complain, because frankly, I just don't want to read anymore, but I promised I would. Unfortunately. Anyways, here we go. I need to stop stalling and just get to it already. Where are we? At the same time, you were quite honored. Not me. You do you, though. I was not honored about this, but you do you. How dare you... That came up bad. Mate. How dare you try to kiss my girlfriend? Bunnymund growled and tightened his grip. Explain yourself, he said, and he was so angry. Really, I couldn't fucking tell. If Bunnymund was a fox and Jack Frost was a bunny, Bunnymund could have ate him already. That is such a weird fucking analogy, but okay. You do you, bestie. Jack was coughing under him, but he had a small smirk on his face. I tried to get her like me more than you, Jack Frost managed to say, making you gasp. You lifted your front paws on your mouth and then raised your voice. Why did you think something like that? I love Bunnymund, says the person who has barely known the guy. Probably has only known him for a week. Sure. has had sex with him on the very first day of dating him, even though it was like, I'm just saying, you said, making Bunnymund smirk proudly. Because I like you, Gertrude Dookie Fart. Isn't that clear? Jack said while North lifted Bunnymund off Jack's stomach. Tummy wummy. Just saw this comment. I'm sorry, but I love reading the comments more than this story. What can I say? But it's just a comment that says, just picturing North picking up Bunny like you would pick up a cat by its tummy, and they do that bridge thing. I love it. Love that makes this so much better. Blah blah blah, who's talking now? You three should talk without us being here, but definitely without weapons or fighting with each others. We need to continue our mission. You can catch us later. I'll leave this globe to you guys to find us, the North said and handed you one of his globes. Thank you. I'll try to calm them down. You sighed and then walked to hug both of them, Bunnymund and Jack Frost. Bunnymund did a tunnel to the others to leave earlier. There's no need to fight, guys. And Jack, you should have told that earlier, you said, but then he spitted back. What would that have changed anything? He said, making you sigh. Bunnymund wrapped his hands around you and just glared at the other guardian. Probably not, because I love him. I see you more like a friend, like I see the other guardians. Can we please just continue our mission, guys? Pitch is still out there somewhere. You sighed and looked at them. So, I got the worst friend zoning ever. But yeah, I might lost this battle, but not against the bad guys. Jack Frost sighed and then hugged you back. There was never a battle about her, and loving and liking are two different things. Remember that, Jack. That came out weird, but whatever. Bunnymund said and then hugged you. After that, he created a tunnel and you three followed the other guardians. Wait, that was chapter 16. I thought I was on 15. Oh, well, I guess we're on chapter 17 now. Still with the author's point of view. Oh my god, can you... Okay. Fuck, hold on, fanfic. Okay. The searching of Pitch Black continued couple months without any kind of more signs. You were about to lose your hope, but then Tuthiana's words cheered you up. Maybe he didn't survive, and your powers got free from him, which fixed the cave? She said, making you smile a bit. I'd hope that, but I could feel that he's still there somewhere. You said, and then felt familiar furry hug around you. Don't worry, Sheila. We'll find him. But what if we just wait... But what if we just wait him to come to us like he did last time? I think he is just hiding on for us. Now. Bunnymund said, and Jack Frost continued, and gathering more powers, he said, making shivers go down your spine. That would be possible, but for now, let's continue our jobs. The Easter is coming soon. Have you done the preparations, Bunny? The North said. Obviously, yes. I know there's just a couple of weeks left until the big event of mine. I still have 5 million eggs to paint, he said, making you gasp. Are you alright? That's a lot of eggs, honey. Are you sure that you can make it? You asked, making him laugh and pat your head. Of course, my lady. Milady? I can manage this easily while we are tracking down Pitch, he said while squatting and painting an egg. Squat, 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 squat. Milady. Alright. The North tried to get any kind of signals of the boogeyman by using his globes and stuff. Tuthiana was helping him, while Sandman and Jack Frost were playing with the cards. There were unusual quietness around the North Pole, because the Yetis and Elves were just planning the presents of the next Christmas. You walked over the Easter Bunny, then leaned closer to watch how he was painting so detailed picture on the egg. That is going to be beautiful, you smiled at him while making him blush a bit. You are a good painter, my dear, you said, then blushed when he kissed you. Nothing can be more beautiful than you, Sheila, he said, and then continued painting. You smiled and then walked over to the large windows. You sighed about the view and thought about never finding Pitch Black or your powers filled your mind. Then you got a flashback about the last year when you were fighting against the Guardians with Pitch Black. Where actually, you were forced to obey him. He forced and used you. How could you ever be strong enough against him if you managed to find him? You sighed deeply and then felt Bunnymund's paws around your waist. He kissed your neck and hugged you behind. Listen, Gertrude Dookie fought. I know you feel upset, but you need to talk about it with me. I'm not a mind reader, but I want to help you. He said and then leaned his head on your shoulder. You really should continue painting, Aster. You said sadly, but then he tightened his hug. Last year, we painted 2 million eggs in 3 days. I can manage this amount easily, but for now, I need to be at your side. He said, and then you turned around to look at him. You are so sweet. Did you know that? You said and blushed while hugging him back. Well, don't tell the others about my soft side, he said, and then leaned to whisper into my ear. You're fucking changing POV again. I'll need to punish you. Oh my god. He smirked, making you blush more. After that, you kissed him deeply, making him kiss you back with hunger. I hate it. Guys, get a room, and that kind where no one hears you, Jack Frost said, making us blush. But then we laughed with everyone. But then the moment that we're waiting for came. Everyone, gather here. We got the signal about dark powers, the North said, making you gulp while you hopped your way to the globe with Bunnymund. Wait, I keep burping shit. He lifted his hand on your back to calm you down. He pulled you a bit closer to him after he noticed that you were shaking a little bit. Oh my god, I keep burping. It's going to be okay, Sheila. I promise. Bunnymund said, but then Jack interrupted. You simply just can't promise anything like that, Bunny. We know nothing about what we have against if Pitch Black has her powers, he said, making Bunnymund growl at him, but you stopped their fighting. Jack is right, honey, you said, making Bunnymund lift his other eyebrow. Jack just formed wow with his mouth, but stayed quiet. We can't be sure about it, but for now, let's hear the North, shall we? You said and smiled to him. He nodded to you as a sign of thanking you. Well, who's talking? Who the fuck is talking? It just says he. I'm gonna assume it's North. The globe has tracked down something that reminds the dark powers. I needed to add some Gertrude Dookie Fart powers into it so it could found both of them. But for now, it won't see any difference at them, so we can't be sure it is Pitch or more her powers. We need to go and see and be prepared for anything, he said while grabbing his swords. Oh, it was North. Alright. Do we have a plan? Jack asked and looked at everyone. The Guardians seemed to be brave and ready while you was nervous. Bunnymund sensed it and stayed close to you. Gertrude Dookie Fart, is everything alright? Toothiana asked and lifted her hand on your shoulder. Yes, I'm just a bit nervous, but I'll be fine. Don't be worried, you said, then nodded again to the North. Who the fuck is talking? I think it's the North. Yes, we do have plan. At least sort of. We need to capture Pitch alive because we need to gather all Gertrude Dookie Fart's powers. We'll trust your senses, Gertrude Dookie Fart. I know we can trust you. I feel it in my belly. I love that line. I love his little feel it in my belly thing that he does. He said and then lifted his hand on it. You smiled and nodded, but that didn't calm your nervousness at all. Well, goddamn, bitch. After that, all of you walked towards the sleigh storage, but then suddenly Bunnymund jumped in front of you and turned to look at the North. Maybe we should use the tunnels. She is nervous enough already. I don't want her to be scared of flying after all of this, he said, and you kissed his cheek. I'll be fine. I don't want to cause any more extra things, so I'll go with all of you. You said that and then jumped on into the sleigh. Everyone loves the sleigh, and the fly will be over soon, the North said while smiling. I can hold your paw if you are scared, he winked at the Easter Bunny, making him blush. You should have seen his first flight, Jack Frost laughed while sitting down at the seat side. Don't mention it, Bunnymund growled at him and then sat next to you. He wrapped his arms around you immediately after the reindeer started running fast and you had gasped. We should have chose the tunnels, he sighed and tried to calm you down by rubbing your sides. Just hold me tight, you said and closed your eyes. Flying in a sleigh was so different if compared to flying in a form of bird. I'll protect you, my lady, he said and hugged you tightly after you had leaned your head against his fur. The others were watching the view while you just tried not to throw up. Chapter 18. When will the torture end? This is... Whoa. I don't even know if I keep saying I'm done. I can't... PP butthole. Sorry. I was just messing around with something because, I don't know. I'm like literally so tired. Well, we gotta keep going. We just have to keep going. Actually, I'm not gonna end here. Well, no. What I'm going to do is, I'm gonna take a break. I've been recording this for about 2 hours and almost 30 minutes. It's pretty exhausting. My throat hurts, especially because I've been trying to do extra voices, like with Jax. He was probably my favorite one to voice. I'm going to stop this here for now, and then probably tomorrow I will continue recording. But by the time the video probably comes out, it won't be that way, because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna end this recording session right now, and tomorrow, when I'm still recording this, so the day I'm still recording this right now, so I'm messing up so badly. What I'm trying to say is that as of right now, the time I am exactly recording this, I will stop it here. After I'm done with my little message, of course, I will stop it here, and then tomorrow I will finish recording the rest of the reading, and then I'm probably just gonna either edit it into one big old video for you guys, or I'll probably just have like part 1, which is this part of the video, and then there'll be part 2, which is the rest of the video. So yeah, there's that. Not sure what else to say, but yeah, fuck, this fanfiction is so bad, I'm sorry, but I'm having fun reading it, cause why not? And this is how I love how this is the way I decide to revive my YouTube channel, is just spending over 2 hours reading a really shitty Rise of the Guardians fanfiction that my friend found. So yeah, anyways, just gonna end it here now. Bye.